In the heart of East Africa, nestled between the dense forests and the sprawling savanna, lay a small remote village. This village, seemingly untouched by time, was a place where traditions ran deep, and the whispers of the ancestors could be felt in the rustling of the leaves and the calls of the wild. It was here that a love story both beautiful and tragic would unfold. Amina was the daughter of Chief Jabari, the revered leader of the village. She was known far and wide for her beauty, but it was her kind heart and gentle spirit that truly set her apart. Amina was beloved by all, often seen helping the village elder and healer, Mama Ndizi, gather herbs and tend to the sick. Her laughter was like the melody of 1,000 birds, bringing joy to those around her. Yet, Amina longed for something more, a connection that went beyond the confines of her village life. One fateful day, as the village celebrated the arrival of the harvest moon, a stranger appeared. His name was Kofi, a hunter from a neighboring village with a past shrouded in mystery. Tall and strong, with eyes that held secrets untold, Kofi immediately captured Amina's attention. Their first meeting was like a spark igniting dry grass, brief but unforgettable. As their eyes met, the world around them seemed to fade, leaving only the two of them, bound by an invisible thread of destiny. However, Chief Jabari, a man of stern beliefs and unwavering adherence to tradition, sensed trouble in the stranger's presence. He warned Amina to stay away from Kofi, fearing the disruption of their peaceful life. But Amina's curiosity and growing feelings for Kofi could not be restrained. They began to meet in secret, their love blossoming under the watchful eyes of the moon and the stars. Kofi too found solace in Amina's presence. He shared with her the burdens of his past, the dark secret that had driven him from his home. He spoke of a curse, a shadow that followed him, bringing misfortune to those around him. Despite this, Amina's love for Kofi only grew stronger. She believed that their love could overcome any obstacle, any curse. But not everyone shared Amina's belief. Nia, Amina's cousin, was consumed by jealousy. Envious of Amina's beauty and the love she had found, Nia concocted a scheme to drive them apart. She spread rumors, poisoning the minds of the villagers against Kofi. Strange occurrences began to plague the village. Crops failed, animals went missing, and a mysterious illness spread among the people. The villagers, driven by fear and superstition, blamed Kofi for their misfortunes. Nia, Amina's cousin, had always lived in the shadow of Amina's beauty and grace. Though she was attractive and had a sharp mind, she lacked the gentle spirit that endeared Amina to everyone. Growing up, Nia felt overshadowed and overlooked, her accomplishments always falling short compared to Amina's natural charm. As Amina blossomed into the village's beloved daughter, Nia's envy grew into a bitter seed of resentment. When Kofi arrived and captured Amina's heart, Nia's jealousy erupted. She had harbored a secret desire for a love as profound as what she saw between Amina and Kofi. Watching their affection grow, she felt an unbearable sting of envy. The whispers in her mind, dark and insidious, told her that Amina had once again taken what should have been hers. Determined to drive a wedge between them, Nia devised a plan. She began to weave a web of lies and deceit, playing on the villagers' fears and superstitions. It started with small, seemingly innocent remarks. "Did you notice how the crops seemed a bit withered since Kofi arrived?" she would ask, her voice tinged with concern. "And have you heard the strange howling at night? Some say it's the work of dark forces." The villagers, already wary of outsiders, began to listen. Nia's words, though subtle, planted seeds of doubt in their minds. She knew the villagers' fears well, their belief in the supernatural, their respect for tradition, and their quickness to suspect witchcraft when faced with unexplained events. As days turned into weeks, the villagers' fortunes began to change. The healthy, thriving crops suddenly showed signs of blight. Leaves yellowed and fell, fruits rotted on the vine, and the once bountiful fields turned barren. Livestock, essential for the villagers' livelihood, began to vanish without a trace. Goats and chickens that were locked away at night were found missing in the morning, their pens eerily undisturbed. A more sinister development followed. A mysterious illness spread through the village, striking both young and old. The afflicted suffered from high fevers, chills, and a weakness that left them bedridden. Mama Ndizi, despite her vast knowledge of healing herbs, found herself powerless against this strange sickness. The villagers grew desperate, their fear and anxiety turning into suspicion and blame. Their minds clouded by fear and the strange occurrences, began to accept Nia's insinuations as truth. Their once welcoming attitudes turned cold. They watched Kofi with wary eyes, their murmurs growing louder and more accusatory. It didn't take long for these whispers to reach Chief Jabari, who was torn between his duty to his people and his daughter's love. The final straw came when one of the village's beloved elders, a man respected for his wisdom and kindness, fell gravely ill. His condition was dire and no remedy seemed to help. In their desperation, the villagers turned their fear into anger. They demanded action, convinced that Kofi was to blame for the misfortunes that had befallen them. Chief Jabari, under immense pressure and heartbroken by the turmoil in his village, felt he had no choice. To restore peace and to protect his people, he ordered Kofi's arrest and trial for witchcraft. The decision was swift and brutal, a reflection of the villagers' desperation and fear. Kofi was taken, bound and beaten, to the village square. His pleas of innocence fell on deaf ears, his past confessions of the curse misinterpreted as admissions of guilt. Amina's heart shattered as she watched the man she loved suffer, powerless to stop the madness. Nia watched from the shadows, a mix of satisfaction and guilt twisting her features. She had succeeded in her plan, but at a cost she hadn't fully anticipated. The depth of Amina's grief and the severity of the villagers' actions weighed on her, a dark cloud she couldn't dispel. As the village prepared for Kofi's execution, Amina made a desperate decision. She turned to Baba Kwaku, seeking a way to save Kofi and end the curse that had gripped her home. Baba Kwaku, moved by Amina's love and determination, revealed the ancient ritual, a dangerous, forbidden magic that required the ultimate sacrifice. Thus, under the cover of night, Amina performed the ritual that would save Kofi and lift the village's curse. Her sacrifice brought peace and restored balance, but at the cost of her life. Nia, realizing the true cost of her actions, was left to grapple with her guilt and the irreversible consequences of her jealousy.